Alright, I'm going to do a viewer request video, actually. And the request is from SRHBRO951. And his question is Yushin Okami, Anderson Silva, and the OC kind of wanting to know my thoughts on this. And basically, he, asks about Yushin Okami's not getting a title shot. And what I think about that issue, I guess, basically. Alright, well, basically the background of the Yushin Okami thing is, of course, Yushin Okami's has had a very, very successful UFC career. I'm going to pull up his Fight Finder to reference momentarily. And he is, perhaps more importantly, the last man to beat Anderson Silva. And that was not in the UFC, of course, but nonetheless, he has a win over Anderson Silva. He's the only guy currently on UFC contract who has a win over Anderson Silva due to the fact that I do believe Rio Chonin has been released. And of course, we've had the joke title shots of Patrick Cote and Talis Latis. The UFC and some of their fans would kind of point towards Okami getting hurt, but realistically, I don't think that's a good enough reason. Other people have gotten hurt and still gotten their title shots. Okami's gotten a bit of basically the John Fitch treatment, because I think he's the one that exemplifies the most of a fighter that the fans didn't find terribly exciting, didn't get behind, and the UFC never decided it was worth giving him a title shot. Lito Machida is another example of that, and we've seen what happened. Machida won. Fitch, didn't do so well, but you know what? He had deserved the title shot anyways. This kind of goes to the whole. There's no ranking system in the UFC. They give title shots to more or less whoever they want. I mean, and the points are quite obvious. Okay, well, I'll read down the Yushin Okami UFC record. He of course defeated Anderson Silva back at Rumble on the Rock 8. He then lost a majority decision to Jake Shields. It was a tournament type thing. Rumble on the Rock 9. Fought a couple times in Japan, and then came to the UFC, debuted at UFC 62, beating Alan Belcher by UD, TKO'd Caleb Starnes at UFC 64, submitted Rory Singer at UFC 66, UFC 69 he beat Mike Swick, who's in line if he beats Martin Kampmann for a welterweight title shot. Lost a controversial unanimous decision to Rich Franklin at UFC 72. UFC 75 he beat Jason McDonald by decision. He knocked out Evan Tanner at UFC 82, and recently completely destroyed Dean Lister at UFC 92. In the meantime, we have, of course, Forrest Griffin fighting Anderson Silva, and we had him 5-2, BS, title defense. Now, Okami's been injured, but you know what? Okami should have had a title shot a lot sooner, and he's been injured once. And people see, Dana White came up afterwards with this idea that he would have gotten a title shot if he didn't get hurt, and I think that's complete BS, because I don't think it would happen. Because they had started hyping Patrick Cote versus Ricardo Almeida as a #1 contenders fight. So either they acted really, really quickly, which they generally don't, because they generally think about things for a little bit, or there was never any Okami title shot. Okami is the guy who should be next in line. The only way to change that is if Demian Maia beats Nate Marquardt, because then I guess the argument for Maia could be made. If Marquardt wins that fight, Marquardt's already fought Silva. Lost horribly to him. Rich Franklin's fought him twice. Dan Henderson's fought him. It is Okami, and that's about it. It's really, if someone had not asked me this, I would not have bothered to do this video, to be quite honest, because it's been well covered. This is a well-documented thing that, Okami's beaten Silva a beat, not, the best of circumstances, but it's a fight that I think Anderson wants. It's a fight that would make Anderson fight, which is something the UFC seems to really want, and they don't put it on. So whatever. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later.